My best friend's girlfriend tried to get me thrown out of the house we'd shared for 3 years, so I made sure he finally saw the woman he was actually dating. Danny and I met when we were 9. When his uncle offered us cheap rent on a house he owned, we jumped on it. Me, Danny, and our friend Theo. I was the only woman living there, and none of us ever thought twice about it. Every morning before my shift, Danny and I ate breakfast at the counter, the same way we had since we were kids, trading cereal at his mom's table. Then Danny met Renee. The first time she came over, everything was fine. Right up until she watched me walk out of my own bedroom in pajamas. I saw the exact second her face changed. She asked, too casually, whose girlfriend I was. When Danny laughed and said I lived there, that I'd been his best friend since 4th grade, she smiled and said she just thought it was unusual. Theo caught my eye across the room. We both knew. After that, she was always there. She'd arrive the minute I got home and leave the minute Danny went to work, like she was guarding something. If I sat in the living room, she asked why I wasn't in my room. If I made tea in my own kitchen, she sighed like I'd interrupted something sacred. When I mentioned it to Danny, he said I was reading too much into it. That word, reading, started following me everywhere. Then things started going missing. We kept an envelope in a drawer for shared utilities. One month it was $40 short. Renee mentioned gently that she'd noticed me near the drawer. A week later, a crack appeared in the bathroom mirror, and she told Danny she'd seen me slam the door. My clean laundry showed up damp on the floor. Every single time there was a soft, sad little comment aimed straight at Danny, and every single time he looked at me a half second longer than he used to. I have never felt so alone in a house full of people I loved. The worst part wasn't the lies. It was watching my oldest friend start to wonder if maybe, somehow, they were true. The morning it broke was the morning Danny's uncle called me. Not Danny, me. He asked in this careful voice if I was okay, if something was going on with me lately. Then he sent me screenshots. Renee had been texting him for weeks. Photos of messes she'd made, stories about parties I'd never thrown, money I'd supposedly taken. She'd expected him to evict me on the spot. Instead, he called the one person he actually trusted in that house. I didn't scream. I didn't confront her. I just asked his uncle one question. Did the front door still have the little camera he'd installed after the break-in 2 years back? It did. And it had been recording the whole time. I spent that night with Theo going through footage. There she was, alone in the kitchen, lifting the utility envelope. There she was, carrying my clean laundry out of the dryer and dropping it on the floor. There she was at the bathroom door. An hour before, she swore she'd watched me break the mirror. The next evening, I asked Danny to sit down. His uncle came too. I didn't say a word about Renee. I just played it. I watched my best friend's face fall apart in real time. The confusion, then the recognition, then this awful quiet when he finally understood that the person he'd been defending had spent months trying to convince everyone he loved that I was a thief, to get me out of my own home. He broke up with her that night. He didn't yell. He just told her he knew, and that he was ashamed it had taken him so long to see it. He apologized to me for a month. I told him once was enough. A year later, he met Sarah, who is genuinely one of the kindest people I've ever known. When they got married, I stood beside him. And at the reception, one of the catering staff kept avoiding my eyes across the room. It was Renee. I walked over, smiled, and told her how happy I was that Danny had finally found someone honest. Then I went back to my table, sat down next to my fiancé, and didn't think about her again.